that they have on display down there? And I said, yes, we do. And he said, why would I want a picture of myself? And he said it's a great big one. Mm-hmm. And so it was in the box all these years. And so we took this down to the cemetery and set it on a folding chair at the cemetery that day that we were down there to bury him. Really? Because there was, no body, and
but
anyway,
there was a body at the actual funeral at the church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was there.
I was there.
And what I started to say, Devin took a picture of this picture, and then he made that picture that I have sitting in front of my chair over there and then he made an 8x10 to put under Jack's flag over there.
Oh, okay.
And a smaller one I put in that frame so I can look at him all day long, all night long, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
and that's the way it is.
Coaster. I've got 4 coasters that you can put pictures in.
I thought that was really good.
And so I have one of me and Wayne died after we were married.
You can't
take
tell
it, at the
difference.
dime store like you used to. I've got that, and I've got that sitting right there by my chair where I
Is that the one where he's wearing his uniform?
What?
Is that the one where he's wearing his uniform?
No.
Because Mom had a picture of you and Uncle Wayne. He had his uniform on.
I don't have one of us with him his uniform on.
Really?
She may have one of him by himself with the uniform.
But
he came home, he got discharged and came home with his uniform on. But then I never did see him with one on after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I could have sworn that that he had his uniform on, and he's sitting, and you're sitting in front of him, and I could have sworn he had his uniform. And Mom was so upset about that picture because you had given it to her for some reason, and she had it on the ironing board and she scorched it. It had a print of an iron in it. It was apparently under a pressing cloth that she didn't know was there or something. And she didn't want you to know that she scorched your picture.
And you don't have one of it?
I don't. We never had a picture made of me and him in a uniform, so it may not be me.
It's you. It's you in the picture, but I'm not sure. I've seen him in
something gallivanting going on.
Yeah.
I've seen him in a uniform picture, but it may not be you and him in a uniform.
I have a picture of him in uniform in his thing where his flag is. I have that. And then I have one of him cutting a guy's hair while he's in, I have different ones of him in his uniform.
But you're not with
me and him because he came home.
We don't have any of Jack in his uniform when he was in California.
Really?
Not one, except the one that he had made that is in there,
Well, maybe it's Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill had a uniform on in the picture with Aunt Ruby, didn't he?
I don't know.
I know we've seen that picture.
I have that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I've got Uncle Bill mixed up with Uncle Wayne, but
Jack
I know we
wouldn't-
had a picture of you and Uncle Wayne together, and Mom scorched it.
I'm sure we have them. But
Okay.
Jack
never
wouldn't
one
put on
with
his uniform. When he got home, he was out of that
Well,
uniform.
Wayne came home with the uniform, big old work shoe. I mean, that's what they
That's what they
issued
had to
him.
wear, yeah.
And of course, he had to wear it till he got some clothes.
Mhm.
But we went the next day after he got home uptown, and he bought the suit that he got married in. And the day we got married, he went to a store there in Murfreesboro and bought work clothes.
We carried all of those duffel bags full of his Marine Corps clothes home, and we used them for sleigh riding. They were the best things. I mean, they wouldn't hardly tear. You could just do all kinds of stuff, and the kids would put them on over their clothes and everything else. And they had the pull string at the bottom where the snow
Snow
wouldn't go
couldn't
up their legs, and they really served a good purpose.
Well, now, Dad's uniform, one of the boys got his uniform when Dad died, but we used his duffel bag as the rag bag. And when people would send clothes, to us, we would pick out our Halloween costumes and put them in the rag bag. And then
I have a picture of myself with his coat on, because he couldn't wear it. I mean, he got so big that he couldn't even. So I had him take a picture of me with his coat on. I've got his coat in the cedar chest, but I guess he wore the pants out. I don't know.
Okay, what did you do for fun?
Us
Kids.
We'd
And
go out
teenagers.
and find old broken dishes on the hillside, and we'd have a playhouse, or we had a little stove that was Larry's, and we'd take papers and steal some matches, and we'd
boil eggs.
We'd go in the hen house and steal some eggs, and we'd fry eggs on that little old stove.
Really? Was it a wood burning stove or
No,
what kind of
it
stove?
wasn't supposed to be, but we made it.
Oh, you made it. Okay.
We carried that little thing everywhere. I remember doing something, fixing some kind of a supper up there between our house and Grandma Bell's up on that hill from the road as you go down there, up there. I don't know what we was doing up there, but there was a tree sawed down, and that was a lovely place for a playhouse.
Well, there was a big old beech tree up there, I remember. But we played all over in the woods, and
we always had cats. We always had cats and dogs, and they
never in the house.
Yeah.
Never in the house.
And
But
if I got tired of my dolls, the cats just filled right in,
Yeah.
And I climbed trees a lot,
I did.
and I fell out of trees a lot, and busted my tailbone a lot.
we'd sleigh ride, because we lived up on top of the hill. We'd sleigh ride in the.
Now that's Grandma's Hill. That's where you were raised, up on Grandma's Hill.
My
From where
Grandma
Mom
Lindsay's,
Grandma
yeah,
Lindsay.
Grandma Beulah's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in the old house.
Yeah.